In the words of Sun Tzu, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Welcome strategists, learners, and curious minds. Today we delve into the minds of four great masters of strategy: Sun Tzu, Carl von Clausewitz, Niccolò Machiavelli, and Baron de Jomini. These thinkers, through their timeless wisdom, have shaped the art of strategy, not just in warfare but in politics, business, and life itself. We'll be exploring the book, The Complete Art of War, a compilation of their most profound teachings, Sun Tzu, with his emphasis on psychological warfare and the power of deception. Clausewitz, who highlighted the chaotic and uncertain nature of war, advocating for adaptability. Machiavelli, infamous for his pragmatic and often ruthless advice to leaders. And finally Jomini, who distilled warfare into precise scientific principles. As we unravel the wisdom of these masters, remember, strategy is not just about planning, it's about outsmarting. Let's delve into the mind of Sun Tzu, the ancient Chinese military strategist. Sun Tzu's Art of War is a masterpiece, a timeless guide to strategy that continues to captivate audiences across the globe. This ancient text, written over 2,000 years ago, presents principles that are as applicable today as they were on the battlefields of ancient China. One of Sun Tzu's key principles is understanding your enemy. He advises us, if you know your enemies and know yourself, you will not be imperiled in 100 battles. This wisdom emphasizes the importance of comprehensive knowledge, not only of your adversaries, but also of your own strengths and weaknesses. Similarly, Sun Tzu highlights the importance of understanding the terrain. He says, "He who knows when he can fight and when he cannot will be victorious." Recognizing when to engage and when to withdraw is part of knowing the lay of the land, metaphorically and literally. Understanding your environment, the circumstances, and the dynamics at play can make or break your strategy. And then, there's the art of deception. Sun Tzu famously wrote, "All warfare is based on deception." Deception in this context is not about dishonesty, but about misdirection, about keeping your plans hidden from your adversary while revealing what they expect to see. This principle teaches us that strategy is not just about direct confrontation, but also about controlling information and perceptions. Sun Tzu's Art of War is more than a military manual. It's a treatise on strategy, on understanding the dynamics of conflict, and on navigating through complex situations. Its teachings reverberate through business, politics, sports, and even personal relationships. Sun Tzu's wisdom transcends time and place, reminding us that in strategy and in life, knowledge is power. Next, we dive into the strategic insights of Carl von Clausewitz, who famously said, "War is the continuation of politics by other means." This powerful declaration encapsulates Clausewitz's emphasis on the political nature of war. He viewed war not as a separate entity, but as an instrument of policy, a tool used to achieve political objectives. Clausewitz also introduced the concept of total war. He theorized that for a war to be successful, a nation must mobilize all of its resources and people towards the war effort. This concept of total war is not just about military might, but also about economic, social, and political mobilization. It's about total commitment, total involvement. He further explored the fog of war, a term that refers to the uncertainty, confusion, and lack of clarity that comes with warfare. Clausewitz argued that no matter how well a military strategy is planned, there's an inherent unpredictability in war that can obscure vision, disrupt plans, and create chaos. This fog of war is a powerful reminder of the unpredictable nature of conflict and the need for adaptability, flexibility, and resilience in the face of uncertainty. But why do these principles matter today? In our current geopolitical landscape, Clausewitz's theories are as relevant as ever. When we look at the world around us, we see nations using economic sanctions, cyber warfare, and diplomatic maneuvers as tools to achieve political objectives, a clear continuation of politics by other means. We see the concept of total war reflected in the ways countries mobilize all resources to gain an advantage, whether it's in trade wars or in battles for technological supremacy. And the fog of war? It's present in the unpredictability of international relations, the uncertainty of global events. and the constant need for nations to adapt and respond to changing circumstances. Clausewitz's theories remind us that war is not an isolated event, but an extension of political intent. His insights continue to shape our understanding of strategy, warfare, and the intricate relationship between politics and conflict. Moving on, we delve into the mind of Niccolò Machiavelli, the man who taught us that it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Niccolò Machiavelli, a 16th century political philosopher, had a keen eye for the mechanisms of power. His magnum opus, The Prince, is a handbook for rulers, brimming with controversial yet influential views on leadership and morality. In it, he argues that a prince or a leader must do whatever it takes to maintain authority and protect his state, even if it means bending the rules of morality. This principle, often summed up as the end justifies the means, has drawn both praise and criticism. Critics argue that it promotes deceit and immorality, while supporters believe it's a realistic approach to leadership in a world fraught with complexity and unpredictability. Machiavelli's idea of power was far from the divine right of kings. He believed that power should be earned and maintained through shrewdness, strength, and strategic cunning. He suggested that a prince should be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten away the wolves. This is as relevant today as it was in the Renaissance. Leadership, in Machiavelli's view, is not about being the most virtuous, but about being the most effective. He believed that a good leader should be able to adapt to changing circumstances and make difficult decisions, even when they're not popular. In the realm of modern governance, Machiavelli's principles continue to spark debates. Some argue that his views encourage ruthless, self-serving leadership. Others, however, see his ideas as a pragmatic guide to navigating the treacherous waters of politics and power. Regardless of where we stand, Machiavelli's writings force us to confront uncomfortable truths about the nature of power and leadership. They challenge us to scrutinize our own beliefs about morality, effectiveness, and the price we're willing to pay for stability and order. Machiavelli's wisdom challenges us to question the nature of power and leadership and their place in our world. Finally, we turn to Baron de Jomini, who believed that war in its ensemble is not a science but an art. This statement encapsulates Jomini's unique approach to strategizing, which was more fluid and flexible than some of his contemporaries. His ideas were less about rigid formulas and more about understanding the dynamics of a situation. One of Jomini's key principles was the mass and economy of forces. He saw the value in gathering strength at the crucial point of a conflict, rather than scattering resources thinly. This concept is not confined to the battlefield. In business, for example, companies often concentrate their resources on their core competencies or the areas where they have a competitive advantage. Similarly, in politics, leaders focus their efforts where they can make the most impact. Another of Jomini's principles was the lines of operation. He believed that strategic movements should be directed along interior or central lines, allowing for faster mobilization and better communication. This principle is mirrored in many fields today. In business, it's seen in the supply chain management, where goods are moved along strategic routes to optimize efficiency. In politics, it's seen in campaign strategies where efforts are concentrated in key areas or demographics. Jomini also emphasized the importance of the objective. The objective is the end goal, the reason for all the planning and strategizing. Every action should bring you closer to this goal. Whether you're launching a new product in the market or running for office, having a clear objective is crucial. It helps to guide your decisions and keeps you focused on what really matters. Jomini's theories remind us that strategy is as much an art as it is a science. From ancient China to modern boardrooms, the strategic wisdom of these masters continues to enlighten and guide us. We've journeyed through the minds of four strategic titans: Sun Tzu, Carl von Clausewitz, Niccolò Machiavelli, and Baron de Jomini. Each offered unique perspectives, yet their shared wisdom forms a cohesive guide to understanding and implementing strategy in any situation. Sun Tzu taught us the importance of understanding our strengths and weaknesses. Clausewitz emphasized the unpredictability of war, Machiavelli showed us the power of fear and love, and Jomini highlighted the significance of strategic lines and bases. These lessons, despite originating from different eras and cultures, remain relevant and applicable today, whether in warfare, business, politics, or personal life. Their collective wisdom underscores the timeless nature of strategy. It reminds us that success isn't solely about brute force or sheer luck, but about understanding the environment, anticipating challenges, and making informed decisions. Remember, the greatest victory is that which requires no battle. It's not just about winning, it's about winning smart. Until next time, keep strategizing.